had a girlfriend one time. She was taking on so much. She didn't even realize she spilled hot grease on her chest.
Wow.
She just disfigured her entire chest doing too much. I mean, physically, it's impossible. You have to stop and go, whoa, what's happening with me? You know, I have to check out. I'm sorry, everyone. I have to check out for my own safety and sanity.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's a hard thing to do, but you must. You must. I don't know if that's sending the kids away for summer. I used to get on my mom because that last day of school, my bag was in the trunk and she was driving me down south. Right. And
you understand.
I totally get it. I understand that woman needed a break. And I was a lot as a kid. I was very rambunctious, probably undiagnosed ADHD, but here we are.
Found a way to turn lemons into lemonade.
Exactly. Yeah, but like you're saying, you're just learning. I'm just learning. It's something that you have to do. And hopefully, Shantae, you will get this message from hearing from me and from Queen Michelle that you have to take time for yourself. In spite of making people happy, at some point you have to make yourself happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's that simple.
And one of the ways I started thinking about this, you know, because this is the habit. It's like maybe I'm still working on being able to do things just solely for myself and being okay with that. I'm still working on it.
Yeah.
Through therapy and conversations like this and talking to my friends. But I'm still thinking about the example I'm setting for my daughters. Right. So I am trying now that they are 23 and 26 to talk to them about my menopause brain. I'm like, how old are they? Is what he's referring to.
He was the pinnacle of an example of what to be, and she not proud of that shit. That's crazy.
I'm just confused on the perspective. And first and foremost, as the first lady, I don't think you should get on a podcast and discuss that type of business. And again, like Taraji said, it's okay to take a day or whatever you need for your mental health. But I think it should be discussed prior to things already being set up and arranged where you have to make an appearance. I don't think you can just say the day of, oh yeah, I don't get my dress ready, I don't want to go, because your husband can't do that. And I think when you choose to be in a marriage, you have to think about these things and, you know, understand that, yes, there will be times where you have to be selfish or whatever, you know, whatever the case may be, but you map that in, you schedule that in, or you plan accordingly. You don't just up one day and say, oh, I don't feel like it. Because you can't do that with almost anything in life. If you had a baby, you can't up and say, oh, I don't feel like changing the diaper today. You can't do that.
Casey, you noticed something?
What?
When we said that our mothers and our grandmothers told their daughters, don't be like me, or you don't want to be this. This is what we meant when we talked about it, and this is what we saw. This is how it looks to us as men when we sit here and listen to, when we heard these stories about girls who said, my mama told me to never be like my grandma. Like Marcus said, you are the pinnacle of Black excellence. Your husband was the commander in chief, the leader of the free world. Y'all did that together. 2 great daughters that you raised. And you gonna tell your daughters to not be like you? Ivy League graduate. Got with a man that is also an Ivy League graduate who became president of the United States of America, and you're rejecting that? Not, man, Obama done cheated on me, not he was a narcissist, not that he abused me, not that because you had to sacrifice something, and you had to put something above yourself from time to time. Or you picked a career that you had to put the important shit above yourself.
I think that comes with, it is deep-rooted unhappiness and resentment for the situation that you chose to be in. And that's all I can boil it down to. Even with the grandmas or mothers saying that, you know, I don't want my daughters to be like me. Maybe there were some things that they showed their daughters that they don't want them to copy. But in Michelle Obama's case, I don't know her personal life, but I do know the status that she has. And with that status, you have to understand that the sacrifices you're making are for the benefit of your entire family. It's not just about you or for you. And yes, there will be times where you can take and, relax or whatever the case may be. But if your husband has to work, you're also part of that because that's your role as a first lady. It's not like, oh, we have two different jobs right here. That's not the choice that you made for your life.
You want to know what's crazy? The person, the White House women that have probably gotten the most embarrassed is Melania Trump and Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton, man, went through a public cheating scandal, and she still stood by that man through everything.
And that's another thing I was going to say. I don't know any other first lady that would get on a podcast and say something like that. So that's very embarrassing for not only Barack Obama, but for us as a community.
This is nuts, bro. This has got to be worse. Like, I would have rather her say nothing at all. This is worse than the whole not showing up to the inauguration, bro.
So look, it seems like I think Marcus kind of took the angle I wanted to go. I was trying to see if there was a standard set, or expectation of how the first ladies operate. And it seems like up until there was a black woman in office, a black president in office, that's when the standard was broken. And it kind of, I didn't want to point towards that, but it just kind of make you feel like, damn, like we the first to do do a lot of great shit. We also seem like we're the first to fuck up a lot of great shit too. But what I will say is, you had a lot of presidents that did a lot of bad shit, and their wives did stand by them. I think this is just a way Michelle is just trying to take the light off of the embarrassment from the party losing the office. I mean, can you imagine the party losing to a candidate that was impeached already and put out of office, that allegedly incited at resurrection in its own nation, to come back and beat you by a landslide? And it just almost makes me feel like it's a guarantee that if the Democratic Party had won, Michelle Obama would have showed up, and probably her best.
Don't. I damn near think had she stayed by her husband and ran, she probably would have won if Michelle Obama had run for president. I honestly believe that she had a better chance of winning it than I could be wrong, but I just feel like she had a better chance. The other thing is, god damn, why did my memory just go blank? Fuck. I'm sorry, bro. I just
if Kamala Harris would have won, what I'm saying, and I just speculation, man. It's just my opinion. I think if Kamala Harris would have won the election, I think Michelle Obama would have showed up for the inauguration. Do y'all think otherwise?
Yeah,
for sure. It was in protest. It was in protest of Trump.
So I don't think it was a matter of a hit on Obama so much. I think it was a matter of embarrassment and losing the nation, and it's all caused a huge argument between, I guess, the household in general. You know what I'm saying?
So I got it. This is what I was gonna say. The whole, I'm all for black women being empowered. I'm all for black women being great. I'm all for black women showing and improving and doing all those things. The Democratic Party at this specific point in time has positioned itself in a way that it's promoting black women to the spot of making sure that they reign over men and pushing gay men in position. If you look at the spokespeople that they was pushing, it just seemed like the only two people that represented them was gay black men and I won't even see masculine, but domineering black women.
When you hear women say sassy, bro, there's certain dudes I'm like, bro, how can y'all never call D.L. Hughes sassy? How can y'all never call what's the old boy he used to do CNN? Like
Don Lemon.
Yeah. Don Lemon is gay though.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
Yeah, he got a whole hubby.
But the other dude with the silver hair too.
That was a lie.
Roland Martin sassy is all get out. What's the other dude?
CeeLo Green.
Not he looked like CeeLo Green. What's the other dude? Marcus. What's his name?
The one that was doing the most talking on Twitter for them. That was cursing everybody out all the time.
Yeah,
was
what's his name?
Raw for TV or too raw something.
No. He a political. No,
a political commentator. It was Don Lemon, Mark Lamont Hill, Van Jones. I forget the black dude with the glasses.
Yeah,
and
Van
the
Jones is bad. Oh my God.
What's his name?
What do you do? What? Give me something he said.
He normally get into it with Yvette Carnell and Tariq Nasheed.
Roland Martin.
Is it Roland Martin?
Mark Lamont Hill kind of get into it with him, and Roland Martin been getting into it with heavy.
I'm gonna come back to you. He always on Twitter, so I'm gonna come across his post.
Jamal Bryant, somebody said, yeah, that's a possible one too.
Marcus Lamont Hill?
Dr. Boyce Watkins, that's his name.
Boyce Watkins. Boyce Watkins, they've been rocking with them. He kind of separated from that shit. Boyce
that's
Watkins
what I said. They've been getting into an argument. He been getting into it with Yvette Carnell. But before that was after the election. Before the election, he was rocking with the Democratic Party. And he was shilling like a motherfucker before then.
Boyce Watkins was not, bro. I go relook at that Twitter stuff. He was beefing with them. Like Boyce Watkins turned another page the last 2 months of that election. If you go back and look at them tweets, Boyce Watkins was seeming real different than what people know him for being.
My point
he was talking about
hard though, bro.
Like, he was going in.
The party was embarrassed, bro. Y'all cannot see that this Democratic Party was embarrassed, bro, to lose to a currently being charged felon, or I don't even know if was he convicted at that time of so many felonies, like, and then just losing to him, bro. Like, bro, that's embarrassing, bro. That had to be embarrassing, bro.
Hey, Marcus, you gonna take a shot with him?
It's you know how long it's been. Hold on, you know how long it's been since a president served less than 8 years?
Wasn't it like
Barack? No. Bush served 2 years. Served 2 terms. Obama served 2 terms. Bill Clinton served 2 terms.
You know how long it's been since a president hasn't served 2 terms?
Oh shit!
Damn! Yeah, it's
the party got in there for 4 years.
Ford. I don't think Ford served 2 terms. I think he was the last one that didn't serve 2 terms. Gerald Ford.
What year was that?
Shit, the 80s. I think he was the one right before. I think he might have been right before
Reagan.
Right before Bush.
The first George.
No, Reagan was before Bush.
Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't.
What are you talking about?
Was he? Hold on, let me look.
What my point is, the party came in there for 4 years and got.
Oh yeah, you're right. It was Daddy Bush didn't serve 4 years, 8 years either.
So he was the last one, right?
Yeah. George Bush Sr. was the only one that didn't serve since then. Ronald Reagan, he served 8. Jimmy Carter, he served 4. Gerald Ford, he served 4. 3 technically. Yeah, so it's
difficult to beat the incumbent. Something got to be wrong.
Yeah, so shit. Yeah, it's been shit since the early 90s. Bill Clinton served 2 terms. George Bush Jr. served 2 terms. Barack Obama served 2 terms. I'm ready for you, bro.
16. That's
wait. What we doing? It's a birthday or something?
Just yeah. You can get in on this.
Pause. I'll be right back.
But my point is, man, not to try to be derailed by the shot is, y'all can't see that it's almost like it's a trend for the presidents to come in and serve 2 terms. Like it's almost like it's expected. And for them to tap out, I get it. Biden was having health issues.
But it also takes 2 terms to actually make something shake, right? Because it takes a long time for the things that you're trying to push and and get legalized or whatever it is you're trying to do, it doesn't happen right away. So like 4 years is not enough, because typically once a law, it takes a couple of years for a law to actually be in, or for what you're doing to actually take flight. So in order to kind of really make a change, you have to serve at least 2 years.